Hi everybody, it's Sarah at Scrapbook.com, and just like I promised yesterday, we have some very special guests with us. We are here with Concord and 9th, and they're in town for Creativation, and we're so super excited. So we're going to do a fun Q&A. We have Angie, Greg, and Amy, and they're super excited to answer these questions and talk with you guys. And so we'll go ahead and just get started. So my first question is, I think if we all want to just take turns answering, I think that'll be really fun. So what are your creative backgrounds? Why don't we start with you?
I have been a paper crafter for a very long time. I mean, I can't even remember how long ago you could go to the store and buy little punches, and I would just sit and punch out paper. And so I've always enjoyed scrapbooking and paper crafting, and just kind of ended up in the industry. So it's been great.
That's really cool. Mm-hmm.
And I'm not necessarily a paper crafter. I don't have a background in that, but I've always felt like I've been a creative person. I'm like that kid that always was drawing like on everything. And in college I studied industrial design with an emphasis in product design. Although my career didn't start with that, but I've worked closely with like designers through my career in product management. And so when Angie and I decided to take the leap and start Concord and 9th, kind of brushed up on my design skills. So I actually
back to the books.
Angie's been a lot of the creative ideas behind the products and things, and like we've worked closely on the concepts, and then I've carried out like the designs and stuff. So
I'm like, go make that.
Yeah, Angie, it was kind of,
you take it.
When we started the business, she was like, so who's going to execute on these ideas? Like we talked through a lot of ideas, and then she's like, so who's gonna do that? I was like, well, I'll give it a try, and then I sent her the first things over, and she's like, okay, this might work. So
that's kind of the perfect combination though, like having experience in both sides, and as customers originally, and studying that in college, you can kind of have the best of both worlds. So that's nice.
So it's coming in handy for sure.
Yeah. What about you?
So Greg actually failed to mention something. He actually also modeled for the Nifty Knitter.
Oh my God!
In his past career.
A lot of different.
So I didn't know he had a model.
Did you guys?
He did miss that part of his career.
I said no surprises. They talked beforehand apparently. Okay.
I just didn't want you to forget that.
Yeah, I have a little bit of a modeling career.
For the Nifty Knitter catalog. That's important.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Secrets are being unveiled today. Scrapbook.com.
You can
I'm a catalog model.
A little known facts about Greg Cottrell. So my background, from the time I was really little, have always loved crafting. Like, I did the whole plastic canvas, phase, and toll painting, and all of that different kind of thing, and scrapbooked, and then kind of fell in love with stamping and card making. When I got a job right out of college in the craft industry. And so I have worked in the craft industry for a little bit over a decade, and in product management in the crafting industry, and just barely joined Concord at 9th a little over a month ago.
Oh, that's so exciting.
And it's been really great to have Amy. She's really saved us a lot of times in just a short amount of time as we've been preparing for like Creativation and stuff. So
yeah, nice to have an extra helping hand.
Mind is churning. I'm trying to figure out now how I can throw these people under the bus.
The
Nifty Knitter.
You got nothing on us.
I'm just trying to it'll come out soon.
We'll think of something. So for everyone just tuning in, this is Scrapbook.com. Sarah here with Concord and 9th. And so go ahead and like this video, comment with your questions, or just say hi, share it, what have you. And we're just doing a fun Q&A and kind of getting to know Concord and 9th. So we're going to ask another question here. Do you remember the first time that you die cut? And how was that?
Well, being a paper crafter and making cards for over, decades. Well, I can't say decades.
Decades.
After,
we'll say
over a decade.
Yes, I'm not that old, but I am. I remember tracing templates, like printing templates off the, and tracing it with a pencil and then trimming it out. So sending it through a die cut machine was like
magical.
Yeah, and now I have no idea why we ever traced and cut things out.
It's so time consuming.
It is. I love die cutting. Love it.
Yeah, it's addictive.
Yeah, and I remember I worked for ProCraft years ago, and they had some die cutting things and stuff there, and then just a few years ago with like the thinner chemically etched dyes that are really popular now. Like the first time cutting with those, I was just was really interesting. Like just how much detail and things you can go.
It revolutionizes crafting, I think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, I can fussy cut pretty well, but then that's just a whole new level. Like, it's so professional.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it, and I actually just realized, I told them in the car on the way over here, a totally different experience, but even before I used it, for what I thought was the first time, I used it going to a little scrapbook store where if you bought the paper, you could use your dies for free.
Yes.
And my sister and I would go, and go in the back room, and you just cut anything you thought you might need. And you probably, then you threw away the rest probably, and like sending it through the old style Sizzix machines that they had for education and stuff. And so it's come a really, really long way.
I know, now everyone can have their own personal machine.
Yeah, from those still rule machines that you had to go to the scrapbook store and buy your paper and go cut what you think you might need.
Yeah.
To now, and now every time I craft, almost I pull out my die cutting machine. So.
Yeah. Well, the first time I die cut was here. I have a more fine art background. I studied painting in college. And so I've always like scrapbooked and really loved paper crafting too, but definitely focused more on the kind of mixed media kind of stuff. And so I die cut working at Scrapbook.com for the first time, and it was just like magic. I was like almost afraid like I was gonna like mess something up, like going, and then it came through and I was just like, what? Like blown away by it. So fun experience.
It's also fun to teach people that who have never seen something die cut, because even my daughter, we manufacture these now, so she'll be like, I don't get it. What does it do? And I'll run it through the big shot, and she's like, oh, that's kind of cool. Like, so it's fun to show new people.
Yeah, because you don't realize exactly what it can
do.
From
a piece of metal, what you can get.
Yeah, and you're like, but this feels wrong, putting it through the machine. Oh, whoa, okay. Yeah, I love that. So everyone just tuning in, Scrapbook.com with Concord and 9th. So please like our video, comment, share, all that jazz. Go ahead and like our Scrapbook.com page if you haven't. And we're just doing a Q&A here, and it's super fun with Concord and 9th. So I like this question because I feel like for me, my favorite color changes depending on the context. Like my favorite color to wear is different than my favorite color to use or what have you. So what are your favorite colors to craft with?
That's a good question.
I would say this tends to be
the Concord men.
Yes. I mean, it ended up
for sure
in our logo colors, and I wear it, and I also have rugs in my house this color. I'm
hers is the same for crafting, wearing, and decor.
All context.
In fact, I do just go to make a card sometimes. I'm like, I should probably try not to do that color, but it's really hard.
Oh,
so,
that's kind of nice though.
But it's cute. It's fun and bright.
It's the color of your eyes.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well,
you're like, oh.
Sometimes they're green. Anyway.
For me, I'm really drawn to cards and paper crafting projects that have like a nice gray or white backdrop, and then really bright, any bright pop of color against that. That's just kind of what I am drawn to. But.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think we must all work together because we like the same things. My favorite colors in like the aqua family with the blues and the greens, but I love white card bases. Like they're my favorite card bases when it's just clean and simple and white.
Yeah, that's really nice. Yeah, for me I think my favorite color to craft with is different shades of pink and kind of organic and fleshy kind of pinks, which I don't really wear those colors. So that's kind of fun to see the difference there. But yeah, pinks are in my favorites for sure. So speaking of crafts and making crafts with color and stuff, do you have a favorite project that you've made, like a meaningful one? Here we are always talking about inspiring meaningful, like handmade creations, and so what's a meaningful project either someone's made for you or that you've made that you can think of, a favorite?
I can go first on that.
Sure.
This actually is like came to mind, but during the holiday season we had a stamp and die set called Holy Night, and it made like a pop-up like nativity scene. And my wife and we just had found out that we were pregnant and stuff when I was designing with twins.
That's exciting.
So we're pretty thrilled about that. We have 2 older kids and then 2 babies on the way, but we had just found out when I was designing that my wife was pregnant with twins and stuff, and so I remember just designing the silhouette of Mary and the baby.
And it was hit home for you.
Yeah, it was just a neat experience. And then so I remember like I insisted on I don't do a lot of the cards. I mean, that's been Angie's thing and stuff, but I did make one of those cards, and it was just a neat experience for me. Something that I kind of
I love that.
Old
That's
deer.
such a good story.
So.
It is fun to concept the stamps and dies and then make stuff that we, envision. So we do release products on the 9th of every month. So when we get to play with new stuff every month, I have a favorite probably from every new thing that comes.
Yeah.
I get just as excited to receive the new stuff and play with it. So
it's also interesting to see too when we put those out on social media, those projects and things that have been made, what our followers get excited about too. And it's fun when you see them getting really excited about something that we've made, where it's like, they're getting it too. And I think that kind of goes along with what you were saying, like the meaningful, when they're understanding what we've made and stuff.
And everyone can share in that feeling of creating handmade items that are meaningful and beautiful, and it's kind of what we're all here for. So it's always fun to see that turn full circle again.
Yes.
What about you?
Mine would probably be a scrapbook that I did for my child. I have a 4-year-old son, and I did the first year of his life. That's all I've gotten to.
That's a lot of information, though.
So 1 year of his 4 years is documented in a book, and so that was really fun to work on because it's something I know will last. It's not going to end up in the trash can, and he likes to look at pictures of when he was a baby. And
it's fun.
So maybe by the time he graduates, we'll have year 2 done, but we have year 1 done.
It'll get there. It's slow.
The first year, they change the most in the first year.
And you have all the different documents from that. First this, first that, what have you.
So that's probably the thing that is the most lasting that I've worked on in the recent.
I think for me, it's probably, I like to create paintings for people on their birthdays and family members and stuff, and when I paint people's, either their kids or their animals, they're always so touched that it touches me, seeing people so moved by their paintings. And so those are always my favorite, just seeing, the response, I think is my favorite part of creating something and giving it to someone, is seeing the response that they have back. So that's always the most fun. Let's see. So number 5, which I didn't mention this when we started, but I should now, and I'll go back after this is done and put it in the status above the video. But we're doing 9 questions with Concord and 9th because it's Concord and 9th. So Concord and 9 questions, which I thought was really fun.
Which we love because we release our new products on the 9th.
We
love
the
number 9.
Big day now.
Big day for us.
Perfect.
So we love it.
So this question I'm always super curious about, and might be more suited for you, Angie, but where do you draw most of your inspiration from when designing as well?
Honestly, you can go to lots of places, Pinterest. I try to look for hot trends and things like that, but I also think about what kind of cards I want to make, and do I want a great big flower on it, or what, I don't know, just what I would like to craft with, and then I send it over and say, hey, so go make that. That's in my
This
head.
is how I like.
Well, and the nice thing was starting, we started clean slate in the beginning, so it was what do we feel like the industry could use? Because we're not the only company like ourselves. And that's what's really nice, is every brand has a look and feel and the things that they do well. And so we were like, well, what do we want to be good at and do well at? And so that was nice, starting clean slate and just kind of building on that month over month when we do new releases. But we like to reverse engineer the customer experience. So we think, what type of card would this customer like to give? And then how do we make the most out of a stamp or a die?
Right.
And just so that's a big part of how we get inspired.
That's really smart.
And then we also an example of looking at trends and things. Sophisticated Script, those 2 stamp sets, and Perfectly Penned are 2 sets that have just done really well for us. And it's just looking at the trend of hand lettering, where it's a very specific skill set, and takes a lot of practice, and a lot of people don't feel comfortable necessarily jumping really heavily into hand lettering. So they, we thought, let's come up with a stamp set that helps connect all those letters, and we realized there wasn't really that solution in the marketplace at the time. So. And it clearly was something people wanted.
Yeah, people can get the effect of handwritten without having to put the pen to the paper and get themselves to do it. And then, it is really a specific skill set.
Totally. And they and we keep thinking that it's going to stop selling, because we're hasn't everybody bought it?
Does everyone have it?
If you haven't bought it yet, it's a really It's
It's
a fun
beautiful.
stamp set
Yeah,
to
I'll
play
link
with.
to that one as well because I think you guys will really. If you haven't seen it, you'll really like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. What does a day in the life look like for all you guys? Like, what's a day in the life of Concord and 9th?
It depends on what day you're asking.
The 9th. No.
Yeah.
The 9th, actually, the 9th is kind of like, oh, okay, we made it.
Yeah.
Because we launch our product at 9 a.m. on the 9th.
That is
And so
so
after about 10 a.m. then it calls.
Yes, at 10, yeah. Once it goes live, I'm like, okay, take a slight breather. But the 7th and 8th leading up to the 9th is a little crazy.
Yeah, I bet.
Taking pictures and, getting it all posted and ready to show. And then, the 9th comes around and we're packaging and shipping out orders, which is fun. And so it's very different. The 20th of the month, we might be designing next month's products. So
Right.
yeah, it changes day to day, which is also very fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Keeps us on our toes.
There's no shortage of things to do when you're only 3 people running your
Yeah,
company.
for sure.
I mean, and we do it all, like shipping and all that stuff. I mean, it's not.
From design to fulfillment.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Concept getting things to
I
market.
made Greg start doing some videos.
Yeah, I wasn't as comfortable with that, but
They're good.
yeah.
Wow.
But no, so yeah, we and we kind of have things broken down into, okay, this is the week in the month where we have to get these things done,
Right.
and we have certain deadlines each
Yeah.
week, and
Yeah.
so yeah, and then
It's
the
a big
days
job.
just
But the 9th rolls around
So
fast.
I know, so that's
Faster
funny.
than I ever thought it would.
and
But
poor
Yeah,
Amy
yeah.
came on at a time when we're getting ready to go to our first time exhibiting at CHA or
Yeah.
Creativation, and so there hasn't been a normal day since Amy's started, and we're hoping
Just
that
got thrown into it.
yeah, and maybe there won't be a normal day ever
Maybe
again.
not,
That's
maybe
the
not.
hope, right? So,
yeah.
but no, it's fun. I mean, there's never a dull moment, and
Yeah.
we have fun. We crank the music up, and we laugh a lot, and so it's fun.
That makes it a good workplace.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's so fun.
And what about you and your new experience with Concord?
Yeah. Luckily, over the last week or two, it's become less of Greg, Angie, how do I do this?
Yeah, for sure.
I actually kind of know what I'm doing. Yeah.
She does, yeah.
She does.
No, so if you ordered from us and there was a snake, it was probably mine, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry if it's been in the last month and your order came wrong. That was me. Yeah, it's just kind of a little bit of this and that, which I love. So it's fun.
It's fun to get to wear a lot of different hats. We do that at
Yeah.
Scrapbook.com a lot, where we all wear different hats, and a day is never dull.
Yeah.
There's always something fun and exciting, and it's just great to change up a lot.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, while you're picking your orders or counting
Yeah.
inventory, you're giving feedback on a design or
Yeah.
we're talking about
people.
what could be really cool. So
Yeah.
That's really neat. So let's see, number 7. I love this one too. What advice would you give to someone just beginning in the crafting world? So that could be like somebody who's just picked up paper crafting or card making, what have you, and it's all new to them. What kind of advice would you guys give?
I would say don't be afraid to look for inspiration, but copy what you see. I mean,
learn from
learn from watching YouTube videos or going on Pinterest and searching handmade cards. Just trying it. It's fun to watch, like I said, new people in crafting and just how the magic in their eyes, and it's like, oh my gosh, I can actually make that. So I would say don't be afraid to copy, switch out a color, call it yours. And then I just lost my train of thought. Clean and simple too. Don't be, if you see something super elaborate and you're a beginner, you don't have to go that far. Start out small, do clean and simple projects and then work your way into more techniques.
Confidence will build and you can learn more.
And it's
add
fun
more.
to try new things. So
Well, and a philosophy we've had as a business is we learn by doing, and that's I really feel like the same. It applies to any new thing that you're trying. We had never started a new business, and lots of daunting things. We literally got up to the very first launch last August, almost a year and a half ago, and we were like, how do we ship stuff? It was August. It was August 9th.
Well,
and
we didn't have to figure that out until then, right?
Yeah.
No, we were we just have to have product ready to ship, and so on August 9th, we're we better learn how to do this. So, you learn by doing, and I think the same thing applies to when people are taking up a new craft or hobby. You just start doing, and you learn little by little, and you mess up here, and then you do it a little different next time, and pretty soon
learn
you've
from
got a
your
hang of it.
mistakes and build it up. That's wise.
And mistakes can turn into treasures too.
Yes,
You
they
never
can.
know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can be very serendipitous.
Yeah.
Probably the best advice that I was told when I first started stamping is paper has two sides. So if you mess up, turn it over. And paper can be recycled. So if you mess up twice, recycle it and start again. It's okay.
Yeah. Yep, it's okay to start over.
Yeah, it's okay if you mess up.
Yeah. I think the other thing too, the advice that I would have would be to not be afraid to be yourself and work with the products that you like and let the design speak to you. I mean, sometimes people are like, oh, it really needs to be this way because it's a card, or it needs to that way. But, you know, if you don't want a traditional card, punch holes in it and tie some ribbon on there. You know, do whatever you want to make it yours. If you have an idea, roll with it. If it didn't quite work out, it's recyclable, or maybe you can fix it into something else.
Give it to your mother. She loves everything.
The full fridge. There, extra good advice. All right, this one's a very important question for the crafting world, and that is, what is your go-to karaoke song?
Oh, man.
Okay, so I was thinking about it, and rather than just talking about it, do you care if I sing?
Oh, no, please.
Do you want me to move? Do you want to come to the center?
I'm totally kidding, I don't sing.
I got really excited. I'm like, I did too.
That did not seem like Angie. I was like, this is a new side of it. She's not going to have sleep.
Please,
do I need to leave?
Can we get her like a head mic? And like,
Totally kidding. I don't have one.
No.
Do you?
You really don't?
No, that was it. I don't sing.
I would say, for me, I have an eclectic music appreciation. Like, I like all sorts of music except for country. Sorry.
I do like country.
Likes country. Angie loves country. She's your person.
See,
for
best
that.
of both worlds.
Yeah. So, I would say, though, it just has to be something completely over the top for me. And I can't pinpoint, like, a single song, but...
You can't?
No. No.
Over the top.
Like larger than life.
But because to me, karaoke is not one of those things that you go halfway on. You know, it's gotta be just like.
It can't be like
Eye of the Tiger or something. Just like really, you can just really yell.
A crowd pleaser or something you can be silly with.
And you gotta you have to move with it too.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be like
it'll be a dance
ballad.
performance with
No, it would be a full.
You have moves.
There would be lights and lots of flashes, and it would just be. Big.
A whole thing.
Yeah, that's how.
Sounds like we should do a team bonding karaoke night.
Yes, if
I'd like to see
pictures or video.
I'll invite you.
Yeah, you
We'll
know.
go out.
There's still time. We're not leaving until next week, so.
Yeah, we were actually talking a little bit about this before, like all of our go-to karaoke songs. We're like, I pick one that I have like in my pocket just in case I'm ever forced to do karaoke, but like. Never actually done karaoke, but I have this song I'm like ready to go, like with some expectation that I'll be forced to do karaoke.
Because that's not a time when you want to like
practice.
And
be worried about what. Yeah, you don't want to be unsure in that moment. So this is a very poignant question that's helped me really consider my life.
Yeah. So my
decisions. Like what am I?
It's redefine your whole life outlook.
Yeah.
Changing lives.
Yes.
Yeah, so mine is the Banana Boat song, which I don't know who sings that. It's like the Day-O, Day-O.
Oh, yeah.
The Beetlejuice song?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be mine.
That's a good one.
I don't know all the words.
Well,
I just
you
think that...
sing. Like, that was good.
Oh, thank you. It's like, it's okay sometimes because I've practiced that one a lot. For the moment, when I have to step
You've not done official karaoke, but you practice your karaoke.
I'm ready.
A lot.
I'm ready, guys.
If you walk by our booth at Creativation, that might be blaring out from our booth.
I'll hear it and I'll be like, I have to leave.
Where's the handheld mic?
Yeah, exactly. Do you have a song?
No, but I think I need to get one. After your advice, I think I definitely
I imagine
need
you're
to
a
get one.
ballad type of person.
Probably.
Like
I will say the song that like makes me like sing really loud in my living room and like dance around is the Sarah Bareilles Brave song.
Oh, okay.
That just makes you
like want to like
good
make a fool of yourself.
You know, you gotta choose the one that when you're by yourself you can't stop grooving.
Yeah, that would be a song. I don't think I could sing it.
For me, it's Banana Boat. For some reason. Okay, and the last question, the ninth question for 9 questions with Concord and 9th, which if you're just tuning in, it's Scrapbook.com, and we're talking to Concord and 9th, and it's been super fun answering some questions, asking some questions. So 9th question, what's a creative pursuit that you'd like to learn that you don't know?
I'll start, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to learn to knit. I know how to crochet, but I like the look of knitting, and I tried it once, and it didn't go well.
Yeah.
Kept dropping my stitch.
That's
you know,
the same with
I
me.
couldn't purl or whatever it was, but maybe one day I'll knit.
Yeah, that's a good one.
For me, just with like stamp design and things, and designing some of our hand lettered like dies. I would say I would want to like refine and learn more about hand lettering and calligraphy and stuff. I just think it's beautiful, and I think that would be a lot of fun. And pottery. I've told my wife like if we ever have like the dream house, I took a pottery class in high school, and that's the last time I did it. But I was like, someday this is, you know, and so I'd have to take some classes and things. But I'd want a room just dedicated to that someday. So that's me.
Well, he stole my hand lettering answer, but I get super jealous because
you can learn it too if you
want. Thank you.
I don't have a monopoly on hand lettering, so
that would be nice. No, I get super jealous when he can just write out these beautiful words, and I would love.
Which is funny because I don't like. I don't know. It's not. I don't write.
But you like drew in class. You said that you.
Yeah, but I did. I do it all the time and stuff, and so now I just try to make it look a little more pretty. So.
And I'm usually an end user of the stamps, so I would like to be able to do more of the design. Actually, I think that it would be fun to do that side of it and be able to help in that capacity. So.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think I would like to learn more about woodworking. I learned a little bit last year because my significant other, he loves like handmade pens and stuff, and so I took like a private lesson from a violin maker, a friend of ours, and he has like a studio of all the woodworking stuff in Eugene, Oregon. And I learned how to make like a pen, and you have to like shave it, turning it on a
turning it,
and then like drilling the hole, and it just started as a block, and now it's a pen. And I was just so blown away. I'm like, I want to make 1,000 yo-yos, just like all of that stuff. Yo-yo maker.
That's your next
my creative pursuit.
That's awesome.
Or something like that. But so it's been super fun, asking questions and answering them. And I'm so glad you guys came. I don't know if there's anything you want to share about it's your first show, or about your product, or anything about the company, Concord and 9th.
Like, if you're coming to the show, we will have sneak peeks of our upcoming February 9th product launch that will be there, and we'll be demonstrating some of it. And
daily drawings.
Yeah,
come by, drop off your business card, and then come back for daily drawings.
Yeah.
It is our first trade show, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
A little bit scary, but also
gotta get the autographs while you still can.
We were just joking around with Sarah before this, but like, we drove down yesterday from Utah. That's where we're based out of, and we were just saying it's nice to just sit down in the car for the drive, because we've been just moving nonstop for weeks now, and so it was nice to sit down. But it was just, it's really exciting though to be showing at the show, and we'll see how it goes.
It's been fun to meet you in person.
Folks, we've been chatting via internet for months, and so this is the first time we get to meet too. That's super exciting. Well, thank you guys for watching and joining us with Concord and 9th at Scrapbook.com. So please like, comment, go ahead and share this video. We'll publish it, and it'll be up for you guys to watch whenever you want. And thanks so much. And if you're in the Phoenix area, come by shows. It's going to be really fun. So talk to you guys later. Bye.
Bye.